Okay, don't be weird.
Yeah. So, it's always uncomfortable at first,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
Because you feel like you're talking to someone when you're really not. This is just a phone.
But I know that people are gonna be watching this.
Maybe.
And so that makes it funny.
But it's you can play with it.
Yes.
So this is Julianne. This is me, Gary. And I think this is video number 13 for the habit portion of it. You have to subtract like 6 from that, so because I did a few before. So this is something like 6 or something. So we have quite a few left. I've still been making them all. I've still made one per day, and that's really all that matters right now. So this is Julianne, and we don't have a topic.
Woo!
We don't have a topic.
Nope. What shall we talk about?
Well, we can talk about anything random, or we can talk about something you want to talk about, or we can talk about negativity because that's been on your mind, or we can talk about YouTube videos.
That sounds boring. I don't want to talk about YouTube videos.
We could talk about how my arm's gonna get really tired holding this up
That's true.
and still this whole time. That might determine the length of the video.
Oh no. We talk about Save Mart or McDonald's.
Yeah, those are interesting.
Not really.
They're kind of interesting.
Dang, we should have just videoed ourselves before when we were talking.
Oh yeah.
It was a lot easier.
Right.
Because now.
Okay, let's talk about your life, and we'll talk about your life as much as you wish to divulge. Condense your life down to 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
Yeah. From when you first remembered seeing light, or when you first had a memory up till now.
30 seconds. So I was a kid.
You've already used 15 already.
No. It doesn't count. So that's so strange to talk about like that. So as a kid, life was great. Life was fun. I never thought about very deep things. And then I got to high school. It was a little different, but mainly the same. I got more anxiety about life, but mainly social anxiety.
Right.
But that wasn't a huge deal. I still made it through fine.
Clicks and whatnot.
Yeah. Because it was hard to move from Madera Ranches to Oakhurst, because I'd already had my whole group of friends, and I had to make a new one, which it never really happened. I just made random friends here and there. And then college was really fun for the first 2 years. And then I realized 2 years before I was graduating that I'd be graduating somewhat soon. And then I freaked out, and I've never been the same since.
I think that was under a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not bad.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I've noticed that with myself, and the reason I freak out, I think, is because it feels like I'm being boxed.
Yeah.
So, like, once I graduate college, then I'm going to be in a job, and I'm going to have to stay there.
Yeah.
And that always freaked me out. So the thing I've been really good at my whole life is quitting things.
Me too.
except for the marriage. That's the only thing I've never I can't say I've never wanted to, and I'm sure, Kim, if you're watching this, you can't say that either. But we dumped each other twice each.
Yeah.
You know?
It's hard.
But we've sort of been each other's strong place with all the craziness that's. And I don't have Kim doesn't have as much craziness as I do. I'm the one that has the mental stuff. Kim is just like sitting there trying to be like, what? What?
Yeah.
Just constant surprise. Like, I have no idea.
She never knows what's coming next.
Yeah. I never know what's coming next.
Yeah. Oh, I know how that is.
But at least for my life now. Well, I'm back in AA. That's no secret. I don't. Maybe you didn't know that.
I didn't know that for sure.
I've been back in AA since the 29th. They call it, in AA, they call it your birthday.
Aww.
So you say that's my birthday. Because it's like before and after.
Yeah.
So my birthday is December 29th, 2015.
Okay.
Right. That's about a month and a half.
Oh, December. Okay, yeah.
And I went to AA before, but I wasn't in it. I was just going.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
So you weren't sharing?
I was sharing. I just didn't think I needed it.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't know if I need it, but something like something is different in me.
Yeah.
I can tell.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So is it more beneficial now than it was before?
Well, it's like you're seeing the world, and it sort of seems the same, looks generally the same, but it's not the same anymore. Like, because you of course you project your stuff out onto everything. So if your inner guts are a little bit different or whatever, then the stuff out there is going to look sort of different too.
Yeah, for sure.
So also AA is a lot about God, and
is it really?
Yeah, and this is very strange for me. It's not strange right now, but my whole life God has been a thorn in my side, that concept. And I know it's been that way for all of us growing up in being indoctrinated in the Catholic Church and having dad shove stuff down our throats, or so it felt. He's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
At least not nearly as much.
Not really.
But when we were younger, that's how it was to me. At least that's how I perceived it. But in AA, they say that when they talk about God, they say the God of my understanding. Of my understanding. And that's it. There's nothing else beyond that. There are steps that these guys came up with, but there's no organized thing. There's no Protestant sect that split off from it.
Yeah.
It's stayed like the same since the guy's name's Bill. He created it like in 1930 or something.
Oh wow.
It stayed very the same. And I remember when I first went there, the very first time I went there, it wasn't anything special. It was just a bunch of people in chairs sitting in a room talking about their little petty problems. Like, it was nothing special whatsoever. But the difference between those people and most of the other people that I talked to is these people were they're actually saying what they felt.
Yeah.
That was it. There's no difference. Like, I had to go to a funeral and my brother's wedding on the same weekend, and it was tearing me up inside. And normally, I would have had to go and get drunk because of this. But since I'm here and I get to share with you guys, and we all share the burden here, then I can rely on that rather than having to go stick a bottle in my face. Like, that's the kind of thing you're gonna hear, and you'll hear everything from my kid called me the other day and he said, "Dad, I'm having a drinking problem and it's pretty bad." And I want to tell him, "Oh, well, I have this, but I know I can't because he's not going to accept that." And then he tells me, I'm gonna lick this on my own. I'm gonna do this by myself." And then this guy who's telling the story, he's like sitting there about to cry because he's like, he can imagine that he could lose his son.
Yeah.
And he also knows at the same time he can't force his son to do anything.
True.
It's just stuff like that. It's just like, there's nothing more than that. And nobody there really has answers or anything. Anybody could do that thing that they're doing. It's just that people don't do it.
It seems like they're taking, rather than quieting all their emotions or their issues with alcohol, they just disperse it by talking about it. It's just a different way to deal with it.
Right.
A more healthy way to deal with it.
You're pulling stuff out, you're shining a flashlight on it, and it's poofing out, because it's like what we were talking about back there. They're boogie monsters when they're in your subconscious, and they're huge and they're nebulous and they're changing, moving all around, but they're definitely there, and it definitely has an effect on you. And if you bring stuff to the light, and especially if you do it with someone else and you're not feeling alone, then it's just relief. And you can be of service to other people, where in normal life, for the most part, you're not being of service to other people. Like, that's me. This is all, of course, my opinion, but to me, normally, you're just always trying to get a goal. You're always trying to achieve something. You're always trying to be good. This and this and this and this and this. And there's that just simple aspect of actually sharing, actually having a common experience is more lacking.
Yeah.
That's what I see. That's AA for me.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. This rideshare guy, I got this because there's a guy that was he was a Boeing engineer, so he engineered stuff for Boeing airplanes.
Oh, yeah.
Those ginormous things. And he decided to try Lyft and Uber, so he did this instead. He did ride sharing. He quit that job to do ride sharing.
Oh wow, what, really?
And he built a website that talks about his ride sharing experiences, and he's like he's on the networks and recognized by a lot of big things, and that's how he makes his living now. But I contacted him and I said, can you help me get this bonus that I was supposed to get by signing up for Uber, even though I signed up like 5 months ago? And he's like, yeah, go ahead, try it. And so I sent his code to Uber, and then like 2 days later they're like, yeah, we'll give you $100.
What? That's cool.
And he got $100 also for referring me. So
Nice.
this hat is his sign of gratitude to me.
That's really cool. It's a nice hat.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Okay. What is this all about?
That's Damien, my friend. He started his own t-shirt company.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on Facebook, I think, a few times.
So he works an electrician job. So he's like wiring stuff all day. He has to get up really early for that job. He has to get up at like 5 a.m.
Dang.
But he is very passionate about this company and like being creative. So he gets up at like 3 a.m. every single morning and works on this.
Wow. Well, before his electrician
Before
job?
his electrician job, yeah.
Jeez, that's crazy.
And he makes it look good. Like,
Yeah.
you can tell by all the stuff that he's made that he's like putting himself into it.
Yeah.
And he's bringing other people into it now too. Like, he had me model a shirt for him, and that's out there somewhere. I got a free shirt because of that.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's got a Mexican Vin Diesel that he's gonna have model some stuff now.
Mexican Vin Diesel.
His name's John. We worked out a few times
Oh.
at GB3. Oh wow, this is long.
Oh dang, 13 minutes.
Yeah. So
Is that it?
I don't know.
Or should I talk about more things?
Let's talk till it hits 15 minutes. We'll make it really long.
Okay. Now what? I'm not a topic bringer upper.
Why not?
Cause I'm just not. I prefer to live off of other people's topics.
That's a leech, right?
That's a what?
You're a topic leech.
No, cause Because when they bring up a topic, they want me to be talking about it, so then I do. So I'm really actually helping them.
So you need to feel needed.
Yeah.
That's a pretty basic human thing.
Yeah, it just works better that way. I have attempted to become a topic bringer-upper, and also like lots of other things, like be more proactive in general, but nope, it's not for me. I don't enjoy it at all.
You don't have interest in that?
No, I like it the other way. I find joy in it. So I keep it that way now. Unless I'm like, feel compelled, then I don't even really think about it. I just do it. But if I'm trying to force myself to do it, it just doesn't end up well.
You don't want to force yourself.
No.
You'll find out the hard way that doesn't work very well.
Yep. Find out lots of things the hard way.
School of hard knocks, right? Once you get through regular school, then you get into the actual school.
Or we do them both at the same time.
Or you do them both, yeah.
Pretty much that was my life.
All right, guys. I don't know what the topic was for this, but I think we're about done for this video. So I'll see you in the next one. This is Julianne.
Bye.
Little sister. If anybody else in my family who's watching this wants to get on, let me know. I plan on interviewing a lot of people. I'm gonna go on up the ranks until I get Obama at the end of it.
That will be interesting. I can't wait for that one.
If Zach Galifianakis can interview Obama
He did.
and Justin Bieber, I'm pretty sure I can.
Probably.
So keep an eye out for Obama, guys. We'll see you next time.